The hardest part wasn't watching strangers live in my house. It was realizing the house had every right to welcome them. At 93 years old, I've buried my husband, my younger brother, most of my friends, and nearly everyone who remembered me as a young woman. I thought losing people was the greatest sorrow old age could bring. Then I watched another family carry groceries through my front door. The same front door I had painted 6 different colors over 58 years. That's when I discovered a house can break your heart without saying a single word. If you stay with me, I'll tell you why one broken grandfather clock changed the way I think about letting go. I believed I had lost my home. What I actually lost was the illusion that anything in this world belongs to us forever. My husband, Walter, built that house in 1963. Not alone. With neighbors, brothers, friends from church. People brought sandwiches instead of invoices. Everyone knew everyone. Every nail carried someone's fingerprints. When the final roof shingle was hammered into place, Walter stood beside me, covered in sawdust. "What do you think?" I smiled. "It already feels like home." He laughed. "We haven't even moved in." "I know, but love got here first." For 58 years, every important moment of my life happened inside those walls. Our daughter took her first steps in the living room. Our son announced he was becoming a father in the kitchen. Walter danced with me in the hallway every New Year's Eve, even after arthritis made dancing slow. The house wasn't perfect. The pipes groaned. The windows rattled during storms. The old grandfather clock in the entrance stopped working every winter. Walter always promised to repair it. He never did. "It's part of the family now," he'd joke. After Walter died, the rooms became too large. Silence filled spaces where laughter used to live. At 91, I finally admitted I couldn't care for the property alone anymore. Selling it felt like signing away part of my own history. The young couple who bought it had 3 children. They were kind, excited, hopeful. I smiled during the closing, then cried the entire drive home. For almost 2 years, I refused to pass that neighborhood. Some wounds need distance before they can become memories. Then one autumn afternoon, my bus accidentally took a detour. There it was, my house. Children's bicycles covered the driveway. Flower pots lined the porch. Fresh paint covered the old white fence. A little boy chased his sister across the yard. Their laughter floated through the open windows. I almost asked the driver to keep going. Instead, I got off. I stood across the street for nearly 20 minutes. A woman noticed me. She crossed the yard. "Can I help you?" I apologized. "I'm sorry. I used to live here." Her face brightened. "You must be Mrs. Parker." I blinked. "How do you know my name?" She smiled. "The neighbors still talk about you." Before I could answer, she asked, "Would you like to see the house?" My first instinct was no. My heart answered yes. Everything looked different. Different furniture, different curtains, different smells. Yet somehow, the house still felt familiar. Then I saw it. The old grandfather clock. Still standing in the hallway. Still not working. I laughed through tears. It never liked winter. The young woman's husband grinned. "I've tried fixing it 3 times. It always stops." I walked over and gently placed my hand on the worn wooden case. Walter's fingerprints were probably gone decades ago. Mine weren't. Not entirely. The little boy tugged on my sleeve. "Mom says you used to live here." I did. "Were you happy?" Children ask the questions adults avoid. I looked around the hallway. I was. He smiled. "We're happy too." That sentence settled something inside me. Not because the house remembered me, because it didn't need to. Its job had never been to preserve my past. Its job was to shelter whoever needed it next. The young mother disappeared for a moment and returned holding a small envelope. "We found this behind the grandfather clock while repainting. We thought maybe it belonged to you." Inside was a faded photograph. Walter, me, our children. Christmas, 1978. On the back, in Walter's handwriting, were 8 words. "A house is happiest when laughter changes voices." I had never seen that picture before, or that sentence, but it sounded exactly like him. I looked toward the living room. The little girl was building a blanket fort. The boy was chasing the family dog. Their father was pretending to lose. The mother was laughing. Walter had been right. The laughter had changed voices. Not disappeared. Changed. Before leaving, I thanked the family. The little boy hugged me unexpectedly. Come visit again sometime. I smiled. I think this house already has the family it needs. As I walked away, I didn't look back. For the first time since selling it. I didn't need to. Today, that old photograph sits beside my favorite chair. Not because I miss the house. Because I finally understand something my husband knew long before I did. We spend our lives believing we're building homes. Maybe we're really building memories that other people will one day continue. The house still stands. The grandfather clock still refuses to work every winter. Children still run through the hallway. The walls still hear laughter. Only the names have changed. And somehow, that no longer feels like a loss.